Well, I gotta say, one more day left of my vacation, and it's back to work on Tuesday. Well, I've literally gotta say this vacation was not the way that I thought it would go. Just go out to the ranch, have a good time, ride horses, and just really thought things would be fun over this time that I had off. And I gotta say, I have seen a lot of bad habits there at West Creek. There's few people, I'm not gonna mention names, but there's a few people that would rather jump on the horse and take off on the trail rides more than they do ranch chores. It's kind of upsetting the way that we are seeing that these days. You just get on your horse and take off, and then you come back and do it again, come back and do it again. And literally not thinking about the people that are there, volunteers and other workers that have busted their butts to keep up with the chores. And it's kind of infuriating when we all look at it. And this is exactly why we have a unorganized team. It's bad. I mean, it really is. And I think season 7, episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on episodes are having to be postponed yet again. It's kind of upsetting that I want to do content on horse and yet I couldn't even do it. Because a lot of times we look at these riders that, these worker riders don't share the rides. They're just hogging them. And it is infuriating when we all look at it. And I'm kind of embarrassed at the fact that I'm literally lost beyond words of what I've been seeing and what I've literally been witnessing. It's a well unorganized team that I am seeing with my own eyes, and Benji is not too happy about it. And I hope and pray that we will find help and we will get rid of people that do not care about the chores. No, and if they care more about getting on their horse and taking all the trail rides, then yeah, there needs to be either write-ups or terminations. Then maybe that'll happen. Maybe there will be write-ups. Maybe there will be terminations. For people that just get on their horse and, they come back and then they get on their horse and they go out again and then come back, do it again, come back, do it again. You get the whole idea. And clearly unfair to the other people that have not gone on trail just yet. And they're busting their butts getting these chores done because the other people don't do it. Because they're too damn lazy to even get off their own horses and to literally, I'm saying it, to literally get that one person the help that they need. Like doing waters. I went over there Friday and there are 4 horses that are in a enclosed area and they had no water. Basically, nobody was over there to check it over the past week that I was not there. And, you know, it's kind of upsetting the way that nobody is even making sure that those boys and girls in that enclosed area is properly taken care of. But anyway, I went over there and I cleaned out their water troughs, and I literally said, hey, you know, people need to get up and do these chores. These boys and girls should deserve more attention than what they are getting. And yeah, you know, they should. I do apologize. My computer screen went off and I'm using that for light and stuff. But yeah, I mean, that was the whole weekend right there. I mean, you know, being short-handed, and yeah, one guy just gets on his horse and doesn't really care about the chores. It's kind of upsetting when we all look at it. You know, I'm sorry to say if I'm angry, but yeah, I am kind of angry at this team. And, you know, I think Benji is too. I think he should be angry at the people that don't even care about the ranch work and the hard hours that I'm having to put in and that another guy putting in, and then both of us didn't get to go out on trail because these rides are being hogged away, which I think is clearly unfair. I mean, it is unfair. I mean, we look at it. When you see, you know, here's what I would have done. Okay, so you have Group A. Group A gets the horses ready. When the 9 o'clock show up, that group needs to go out. And then, well, the first two people that show up on site, they should be the first to go on that trail. Group A is out on trail. Group B and C are doing ranch work. And that includes chores as well. That means cleaning up the pens, doing the waters, and making sure that everybody is good throughout the day. Group A would return from the trail ride. They would put their horses on the water. And then when it's time for another load up to go, Group B will get to go out on trail. And that includes the other two people that are supposed to be out guiding and back guiding that ride. You know, they're out on trail. Groups A and C stay behind, do the ranch work. After Group B comes back, they put their horses on water, and then, well, the next ride will go out. Group C will get to go. And that is putting out the front guide and the back guide to cover that ride. Group C goes out. And then you do it all over again. You go A, B, and C on the groups. I mean, hey, I think that's a pretty good idea. That way everybody participates in getting out on trail. I mean, makes sense, right? Because I think it does. I think that would be a good idea. For everybody to get out on trail and to at least have a ride. I mean, that would be a good idea. Maybe Benji will think about that. Maybe he'll say, you know what? We are not going to have no more one person going out on all these rides, hogging up all these rides. And, you know, we're not going to have that no more. I literally hope and pray that he will make these changes. Say, hey, that's a good idea. We could do this. We could do that. Everybody needs to participate. Everybody needs to get up off their butts and make sure that these ranch chores are getting done. I mean, yeah, I've been the only person that's been doing that. And yes, another guy's been helping me. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm the only one that does those chores. But I have some help and stuff. But, maybe I think Benji will think about it. Maybe he'll say, hey, Mr. Baker, I like your idea. I like the idea where you're getting at. You have Group A getting ready to go out on the ride. You had the front guide and back guide ready to go on that group. They go out. B and C would do those chores. And then when Group A comes back, Group B will get ready to go out. You'd have the front guide, back guide, Group B, they get out. They come back, Groups A and C will still do chores, but then when it's time for Group C to go out, then the front guide and back guide on Group C gets out and gets on trail. And I think that's a really good idea. I mean, I've mentioned that to Lana, and I said, Lana, everybody needs to participate. I mean, it's just not one person and so many others that cannot get out on trail because all the rides are hogged up. I mean, I think everybody needs to participate. I mean, it's just not one person working the rides. Everybody needs to get out there and participate. Everybody needs to participate in also, and I quote, the ranch chores. You get in the horse pens, you clean up, and or if you want to do water, you could do water. It doesn't really matter, but those chores need to be done. And it's not just one person that get on the horse and take the rides the whole day and don't think about the ranch chores. I think, in my personal opinion, that is unfair. I mean, to a lot of us that have to do those chores, it's unfair that we have not given a break about it. And I think it is infuriating the way that I looked at it throughout this weekend. And you know what? And I tell you one thing, if something goes, like say if somebody doesn't care about their ranch chores or stuff, then it ought to be a write-up or it ought to be a termination. I mean, who's to say? But I'm not in charge of that, and I'm not going to be in charge, but I thought I'd just put that out there and say, hey, change needs to come, and I mean, it really does. It needs to come and come fast. Like, seriously, I mean, West Creek is struggling right now. But, anyway. Oh, what? I'm making weird noises. But yeah, that was my weekend. Just feel exhausted after the last 3 days of trying to do everything I can to help these boys and girls. And I've literally busted my tail end. I mean, I really did. I mean, you're making way too much noise in that kitchen, let me tell you. I mean, I know you're cleaning up your mess and your dishes, but jeez. But, I mean, if I said things that would make you upset, I apologize for that. I just thought I'd get that off my chest, blow off a little steam because of what I saw today was so infuriating. But, you know what? I really do hope and pray for change. West Creek needs a change. I mean, it really does. I mean, we all look at it. But, I don't think it's fair that one person or the same people that go out on trails, should take all the rides out, and I just really think that's unfair. I mean, by the way I look at it. But you know what? I mean, Benji and Lana, they are in charge of West Creek. And, maybe they'll say, hey, you know what? We've been getting a lot of complaints. I've even messaged Benji on what I saw. And maybe he'll see this video and say, hey, you know what, gang? There needs to be change. Everybody should participate in the ranch chores. And also, everybody should have an equal chance of getting out on the trails. And that would be nice. I mean, everybody would get a ride or something to compensate the hard work that we do. I mean, think about it. But so far, this weekend has really hit rock bottom. I mean, it really did. But anyway, I just thought I would get this video out. Take it a day at a time, and, West Creek will get better. I mean, hopefully it will. But anyway, just thought I'd put this out and, my honest opinion. I mean, everybody loves to be honest, and for me, I love to be honest. And that's just me. But anyway, thank you for hearing me rant and rave and stuff. But, no, maybe change will come to West Creek. I mean, I hope so. I hope people more than likely will get out there and say, hey, you know what? We're a team, and a team should function as a team should. And that means everybody does those chores. Everybody does those trail rides. And they need to hopefully work on that. So he talks to himself, he does dishes. I mean, not making fun of him and stuff, but anyway. Well, anyway, guys, have a good night, and we'll see you on the next one.